Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Glitter Goddess Yoga. I'm Trent, and before we get started today, I just have a few announcements to make. First, let me just say shout out to Providence Community Libraries for making these classes possible for another series this season. Also, check out their programming on their PCL page. Wait, their PCL on their YouTube page. Make sure you go check them out on their YouTube. House of Glitter the House of Glitter co-director AM will also begin his class at 9 a.m. Thursday mornings. Well, same thing as 9 a.m. He'll be doing 9 a.m. Thursday classes next week to join the fall series through his community uh, health worker fellowship and partners with the Southside Library, or South Providence Library, excuse me. Also, feel free to move along with my guidance or to you this thing, your own thing, uh, basically. Sorry about that last part. That last part was written wrong. Basically, if something doesn't feel part of your practice today, feel free to take a breather. If you need to take a step away from your mat, it's fine too. Take a child's pose, whatever you need. That's feeling good for your body, or if you need to take a quick break. Because I can't see you guys on the other side of the screen. So if it's necessary for you, feel free to do whatever you need to do to take precautions for your body. Also, have some water by your side to stay hydrated. Uh, get some props like a pillow and a blanket for more comfort. And with that being said, we can get started. So we can meet on our mats in a comfortable seated position. And we'll get started. You can't even see me. Okay. Sorry about the dim lights. It's kind of gray outside today, and I didn't want it too bright in here. But we don't have too much light coming in at the moment. But yeah, hopefully this is okay for everyone. Come into your comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall. Spine reaching nice and long. Engaging with the breath. With intention, inhaling deep into the chest. Exhaling, releasing everything out. Nice and steady, calm breaths. Inhaling what you need. Exhaling what you don't. And finishing up on your last cycle of breath, on your last exhale, we'll slowly drop the head to the right side, right ear to right shoulder, engaging with the left sides of our neck. Breathing through our sensations here. And on your last exhale with control, we're just going to roll the head forward, bringing the chin towards our chest, stretching the backs of our neck. And when you're ready, rolling the head over to the left side, left ear to left shoulder. And slowly with control, bringing the head back to center. And starting from the right or left side, but just slowly with control, gonna roll the head all the way around, engaging with the muscles in our neck. Breathing through these sensations, being mindful of the breath. And if you haven't already, reverse your rotation, go in the other direction. And slowly with control, bringing your rotation to stillness. And we're just gently going to roll the shoulders back, opening up the chest, opening up the throat. And slowly bringing your rotation to stillness. We're just going to open up the arms wide. And we're going to cross over, right over left, bending the left arm, dropping the right shoulder, and bringing that right arm as close to you as possible. Breathing into the right shoulder. On your last exhale, you can release, open up the arms wide. And we're going to cross over, left over right, bending the right arm, dropping the left shoulder, and bringing that left arm as close to us as possible, engaging with the left shoulder, being mindful of the breath here. And on your last exhale, opening up the arms wide. And we're gonna shift the arms in front of us, stretching out long or reaching out long. And we're just gonna rotate the wrist here. And reverse your rotation. Go in the other direction. And from here, we're gonna flip the palms, placing the palms into the floor, forearms facing out, engaging with the forearms. And feel free to add some heat to the forearms if there's any tension or you feel any tension there. But adding heat to ease up on the tension. Also, if you guys tend to hear, if everyone tends to hear banging or loud speaking in the background, it's the workers still working on the house. So just apologize in advance. And you can flip the palms here, pressing the backs of our palms to the floor, back of the forearms are facing out. And opening and closing the palms to engage with the wrists and the forearms. And you can gently release. You can give the wrist a little shake or clasp the hands together for a figure eight. And you can release. And from here, we're slowly going to find our way into tabletop. So however you want to get there with intention. We're finding your way into your tabletop onto all fours, making sure we're stacked, hips stacked above the knees, shoulders stacked above the wrist. And when you're on all fours, we're going to inhale, engaging with the lower back, slight lift of the chin, into cow pose. And we're going to exhale, pushing to the back, pushing to the floor for cat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling, pushing up to the back for cat. Inhaling for cow. Pushing to the floor, pushing to the upper back for cat. And feel free to use this time to do a couple cat cows on your own. Finishing up on your last cat or cow. We're going to bring the spine back to neutral. Still keeping this all fours position here. And we're just going to rise up the right arm, opening up the right side, and keeping the hips where they are. We're going to dive the right arm under the left, dropping the right shoulder to the floor or your mat. Breathe into your sensation here in this twist. Being mindful of the breath. Oh. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly make our way back into tabletop. Coming back to tabletop, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So rising up the left arm, opening up the left side, and keeping the hips where they are. We're going to dive the left arm under the right, dropping the left shoulder into the floor or your mat for a twist on the other side. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly find our way back into tabletop. And once you come back to tabletop, we're going to bring the big toes to touch, widen our knees just a bit, and we're going to sit our hips down and back, stretching the arms up nice and long for a child's pose. Now, if there's any pillows or blankets you would like to place under your knees for some support, now it's time to do so. And still holding this child's pose, we're just going to crawl both hands over to the right side, stretching the whole left side body. Breathe into your sensations here. And with and when you're ready, crawling both hands over to the left side, stretching the whole right side body. Breathing through your sensations here. And on your last exhale, crawling the hands back to center, stretching down the middle. And if you would like to adjust your child's pose by bringing your knees closer or even widening your stance here already, feel free to do so. And on your last exhale, slowly making your way back into tabletop. Coming back to all fours and making sure we're stacked. Feeling strong here, we're just going to extend the left leg long, tucking the back toes. And we're just going to engage with the whole entire left leg, pulsing the left ankle, engaging with the Achilles, the toes. And when you're ready, we're going to bring this left leg back to meet the rib. And we're going to do the same on the right side. Extending the right leg long, tucking the back toes, engaging with the the whole entire right leg, pulsing that back ankle, engaging with the Achilles. Next, we're going to move into plank. So getting set up to go into your plank. So if you have any cushions or blankets you would like to utilize to support your knees for this time. And for modification planks as well, you can extend your torso, keeping your knees on the ground, or you can hook your ankles together, extending your torso out long, or coming down to the forearms. But whatever plank you choose to do, feeling strong in your plank, engaging with the core, breathing through the sensations. And with control, we're slowly gonna lower down towards the floor or your mat. From here, we're gonna extend the right arm out long. And we're gonna rise up the left leg, and we're gonna place the left leg over into our back space, pillaring the left arm, using the left arm as a base or pillar. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly bring the left leg back to meet the right. And we're gonna release that right arm back to the outside armpit. And we're gonna extend the left arm long, rising up the right leg. We're gonna place it over into our back space. We're gonna pillar the right arm for our base. Ooh, ooh. And on your last exhale, we're gonna bring this right leg back to meet the left. And we're gonna release that left palm, tucking it on the outside of the armpit. Placing the hands into the floor on the outside skirts of the armpits, elbows facing back. Pushing into the floor, rising the head up, followed by the chest. Going to up dog, cobra, or baby cobra. Engaging with the lower back. With control, we'll slowly lower down towards the floor or your mat. And on your next inhale, we're going to push into the floor, rising the head up, followed by the chin and the chest. Engaging with the lower back. Breathing through your sensations here, and slowly with control, lowering back down towards the floor or your mat. Once more, pushing into the floor, rising up into up dog, cobra, baby cobra. And from here, we're going to tuck the back toes, pushing onto our knees, pushing the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. First one of the day. Feel free to bend your knees, pedal your feet. And with control, walking the hands towards the feet, fall forward fold, slight micro bend in the knees, and with control, slowly rise into standing. if you guys can see me. And once you reach standing, palms by your side, throat open, heart open. Feeling grounded in the feet. Feeling strong, like a rooted tree. Inhaling, rising the arms up above our heads. Extended mountain pose. Exhaling, bringing the arms down by our sides. Mountain pose. Inhaling, rising the arms up above our heads. And from here, we're going to swan dive, hinging at the hips all the way down to a forward fold. Inhaling, pressing on the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, pressing on the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling once more. Forward fold. On your exhale. Slight micro bend in the knees. Bending the knees actually. Belly on top of thighs. And from this position here, we're going to crawl back down into your plank. So again, your plank, even if it's the modified version, so if you're moving down to the knees or the forearms, feel free to do so at this time. Feeling strong in your plank. And slowly with control, lowering down to the floor or your mat, rising up into up dog cobra or baby cobra. Tucking the back toes and pushing the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. And we're going to rise up the left knee, bending the left knee. And we're going to float that left knee between the palms, gently, with control, placing that foot between the palms. If you have any pillows or cushions, feel free to utilize them at this moment to support the knee. So coming down into this low lunge here, making sure we're stacked, making sure the knee's stacked above the ankle, back leg reaching nice and long, and we're gonna rise up, placing both palms on the knee, on the thigh. You're feeling strong here in a slow lunge. Opening up the chest, opening up the throat. And if you're ready to release your hands up into the sky. Feeling strong here in your slow lunge. And on the exhale, you can release the palms. We're going to place the right palm on the inside of the left foot. And we're going to turn and open up, rising up the left arm for a twist. Feeling strong here. And on your last exhale, You can release the left arm, framing that left foot, tucking the back toe of the right leg. We're gonna lift up that knee off the floor. Then we're gonna shift left foot back to meet the right, pushing up into our downward facing dog. And when you're ready, rising up the right leg, bending the right knee. We're gonna float that right knee between the palms and plant that foot between the palms as well. You can feel free, you can relax that back knee into the floor. Again, having some cushion support for that knee. Making sure we're stacked. Knees stacked above the ankle. Back leg reaching nice and long. And when you're ready, rising up, placing both palms on top of the thigh. Feeling strong here in this low lunge. Opening up the chest, opening up the throat. Feeling strong here in this low lunge. Oof. And whenever you're ready, releasing the hands towards the sky. Still feeling strong and stacked here. And on your last exhale, releasing the hands back towards the knee. We're going to plant the left palm on the inside of the right foot. And we're going to open up the right side for a twist on the other side. Breathing through your sensations. And on your last exhale, you can release this right palm to frame the right foot. Tugging the back toe of the left leg, rising that left knee from the floor. And we're going to shift this right foot back to meet the left. And with control, lowering the knees down to the floor. Setting yourself up for a child's pose. So going into your child's pose at this time. And on your last exhale, Slowly with intention, making our way to our sits bones. And making our way to our sits bones, we're going to extend the right leg long, tucking in the left. Sitting up nice and tall. Whew. And hinging at the hips, we're going to crawl both hands down the leg, grabbing the shin or the foot, and slowly with control, lowering down from the hips towards the right leg as far as you can go. And when you feel like you reached your limit or as far as you could have gone, feel free to round your spine. Whew. Breathe through your sensations. And on your last exhale, you can release. Coming back to neutral, sitting up nice and tall. With the right palm, we're going to reach over, grabbing the left knee. And with the left arm, reaching up and over, down towards the right leg. And on your last exhale, you can release, bringing the spine back to neutral. And you can release the left leg as well, bringing it to meet the right. I'm going to tuck in that right leg, keeping the left leg long. Still sitting up nice and tall. And hinging at the hips. We're going to crawl both hands down the left leg, grabbing the shin or the foot. And slowly with control, lowering yourself down to meet the left leg. And once you can't go no more, or if you feel like you reached your limit, feel free to round your spine. And on your last exhale, bringing the spine back to neutral. And with the left palm, we're going to reach over, grabbing the right knee, rising the right arm up and over towards the left foot. And on your last exhale, bringing the spine back to neutral. And we're going to release the right leg as well. I'm just going to pat the legs out a bit. And bending both knees, or bending both legs and both knees, facing towards the sky. Extending the arms out long. And slowly with control, lowering down your torso without straightening your legs. And once you reach the floor, feel free to windshield wipe your thighs back and forth. And slowly bringing the rock into stillness. From here, we're going to rise up the right leg, and we're going to place the right ankle on top of the left knee. And without really using our right palm, we're just going to try to open up the right hip by pushing the right knee open as much as we can. And if you feel like you want to use your hand for some support, feel free to do so. And on your last exhale, you can release that right leg back into the floor. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So rising up the left leg, we're going to place that left ankle on top of the right. And like we did on the right side, we want to open up the left side or the left hip as much as possible. So opening up our hip, and pushing out our thigh/knee to the side without using our hands. But if you want to use your hands for some support, feel free to do so. Breathing through your sensations here. And on your last exhale, you can release the left leg back into the floor. Next, we're going to open up our knees, bringing the feet together like prayer for incline butterfly. And if you have some cushions, pillows that you would like to use for some support at this time, you would take your pillow or a blanket, fold it up as much as you can, and place it under each side of the thigh. Some support on both sides if that's what you would like to do. And with control, slowly releasing incline butterfly, rising your hips up into the air and grabbing the outside of the feet for happy baby. And feel free to give yourself a gentle rock or sway if that's something that feels good for you. And slowly, with control, curling up into a little ball, bringing the knees towards the chest or the belly. And slowly, with control, lowering your limbs into the floor or your mat. Palms by your side. You are now laying in Shavasana, corpse pose. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, bringing some slight movement back to the body. And rolling to the right or left side for a moment of comfort. And pushing up onto your sits bones to close for 4 breaths. When you're ready, and come into a seated position. You can place the palms on both knees, heart center, or placing both palms on top of the heart. To close with 4 breaths. A breath for our ancestors who was here before colonization. Breathing in. A breath for yourself and thanking yourself for your practice today. Breathing in. A breath to thank others for their support. Breathing in. And a breath for our virtual yoga community and PCL for making these classes possible, and the expansion of our virtual yoga community. Breathing in. The loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. And thank you for practicing with me today on this nice cloudy day. Before I go, I'd like to make some announcements. So hopefully that was enjoyable for everyone. I have some closing announcements. So just sending us feedback and thoughts and ideas of something you want to see different or more of. You can send us feedback through the Glitter Goddess or through the comments, or if you want to email us or give us a message, you can contact us from the Glitter Goddess Collective. We also are now receiving donations via Venmo to program the House of Glitter Performance Lab. So if you can find us on Facebook, and if you type it in, it'll pop up as the Glitter Goddess Collective plus the House of Glitter. You can check out our website at theglittergoddesscollective.org for other virtual and COVID and safe COVID safe in-person offerings this month. Again, thank you for Providence Community Libraries for making these classes happen. Again, go check out their YouTube page. They have a lot of content on there. So with that being said, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next week.